Hello, I thought you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear and listening into another Gamer's Thoughts Live. Whoever decides to pop in, doesn't really matter. And so I've just been thinking recently, and I went over some of my old videos not that long ago, like for videos from this year, like earlier this year, like talking about the Switch and the different things that people said, whether they were stupid or in guess not a whole lot of them were very intelligently thought out. But I was just going back over some stuff, and lots of companies came up with so many excuses for not putting games out on the Switch early on, even when and it was just starting out and it was looking like it was going to be successful. And lots of people were after it. People have been clamoring for this device since its launch, and they're still trying to find it. I mean, it's easier to get a Switch than it was to get a Wii, but still, like the demand is still there, really, because it's not just everywhere for everybody to get a hold of. And I'm sitting here like, all of you people had all the time in the world, to put your games out on this thing and get a good running start from the beginning. And you made a bunch of excuses and stupid shit to not actually do it. And I'm like, looking at it now, like EA, Capcom, and several others, like, where are you guys now? It's taken off. It's like, how many units are they at? They're right around like 8 million now. And it's only November. This thing launched in March. It's November. So that's 1 million units a month at around there. That's around 1 million units a month since it has launched. And you are still making excuses as to why you won't put your games on there instead of just saying, you know what, we're not going to do it. Like, that's the best thing you could say is just, we're not going to do it. Not, oh, we're going to put this one game out here to test the waters, and we're going to take some stuff out of this game to test the waters. Like, you're putting in neither, like with FIFA for EA, they put in unneeded effort to rebuild that engine, to build it from scratch for the Switch, when they already had an engine that works with the Switch that the game was made in, and they could have just moved everything over and fixed what they needed to in between, but they didn't do that. And it probably cost them more money to do what they did than doing it the way that they should have, like they did with every other platform. But hey, that's EA. And then there was the thing with Lawbreakers with the not enough buttons bullshit. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, and this is just because I went over all my old videos and I'm like, wow, these were dumb excuses. And Capcom is feeling the sting for the most part because, I mean, they've got in on the ground level with like almost every Nintendo platform. And the one that had the most hype behind it and the most people interested is the one that they decide, nah, we're not going to do this time. I'm like, looking at these guys like, what are y'all thinking? Like, I get that the Wii U did not take off the way that people wanted it to, or it didn't do as well as people wanted it to. I understand that completely. But the Switch is like doing super well, and you're still sitting there saying, I got to think about this. But nobody thought about it when it was the Xbox 360 and the PS3, or the Xbox One and the PS4. They weren't thinking about it then. They were just putting out games. Hell, in the PS3's case, the PS3 was doing extremely poor until like the third year. But the people were still putting games out on it. Mostly because Sony was money having. But I mean, come on, you can't expect Nintendo to do that for everybody. Sidekick, I've been alive for a long time. It's not like I just kicked over. I just killed over and kicked the bucket. Like, it's like there have been videos going up on my channel. Maybe not as regularly as before, but they've been popping up. It makes it sound like I fell off the edge of the earth or something. If there was an edge to the earth, it's fucking round, but hey. Oh man. But no, I'm just looking at all these companies, like, and then the indie developers are coming out with games better than like AAA developers and making money on Nintendo's platforms. No matter what Nintendo platform it is, they're making their money and they're doing well. I mean, the Switch for indie developers is great. Hold on a second. Looks like the little girl kind of was watching something on the tablet and it got stuck. It stopped. All right, give me a second. I will be back in a moment, people. Okay, I'm back. Wow, sidekick. As soon as I go back to the chat screen. Oh man. Yeah, my sentiments is still that though when it comes down to Capcom because they have so many IPs that they could be using that they're not using, and any of the big companies they've got vaults worth of freaking IPs that they're not using. But like if you're not gonna put your mainline stuff on the Switch, fine. Go to your B and C teams and give them some of your old IPs and let them make games based off of that. Because I'm pretty sure those teams have some ideas that they would love to use that the big companies don't let them use. Okay, and you can use the Switch as a testing ground for all that stuff. Like I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm like I'm not understanding why they wouldn't do that. Like these are your B and C teams. You pay them less money any goddamn way. Let them develop a fucking game from scratch. I mean, just let them prove to you why they would be worth making, why they could make more money or they should be making more money. Give them the opportunity to prove that and let them make like games that you don't normally put out. I mean, I guess to me, it's a simple concept because that means, hey, there's more stuff coming out the company. There's more diverse games coming from your company. You have a bigger library of stuff to offer, and you can put it out nearly anywhere. Well, not nearly anywhere, and you have a fan base of gamers who usually don't like the status quo of games. They like to play different stuff. So you take these developers who have the different ideas, the strange ideas that you don't normally put out, give them like you don't have to give them a huge budget. Just give them a small budget, give them like a year or two to get things together. Let them go ham on it. Let them show you something, let them show you why they deserve to be higher quality teams. Let them work on something and let them become better teams. Instead of just using them to port games to platforms back and forth. I mean, gosh. But even then, like there are so many games that sometimes I just some games that just doesn't they don't make sense when they're not going to be put on a platform that they make sense on. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Like yeah, you are probably younger than a lot of us that do YouTube, but there are plenty of other people who are younger, like young YouTubers that they do fairly well. Like I know a few of them, but some of them kind of like close their channels down. Unfortunately, I mean it's not something I had any control over or had anything to do with. Luckily, but not much I can do about it either way. Um, I mean, if you play video games and you play them for enjoyment and it's like something you consistently do, then yes, you're a gamer. But people take the term gamer and think if you play any game at all, that means you're a gamer. No, that doesn't mean you're a gamer. Like somebody who plays Candy Crush and only Candy Crush, I wouldn't define them as a gamer. Like, but if you play like a variety of different things and you just want to, like, you want to experience different stuff in gaming, then yes, I would consider you a gamer. And it doesn't matter what platform you're playing on. Like, and people might want to say, hey, if you play on mobile and only on mobile, you're not a gamer. No, if you play on mobile and you play a ton of different stuff on mobile, and there's a lot of stuff on mobile that you can play, you're a gamer because you indulge in the variety, you indulge in the hobby. You might just specifically like mobile games. I have no issue with that. There are some people who only like handheld. Like um his name is right in my head, and I know his name is Bill. And he has a YouTube channel here because he does like he does videos talking about like tech and like with mobile and with like handhelds and stuff. And he has a lot. He has a big collection of stuff. And he also has like figurines and stuff. I always tell, like, whenever I check his stuff out, and I always tell him how cool some of the stuff he has is because I have some of the same stuff, but I don't have a way to, don't have places to display it just yet. So all my stuff is boxed up. But it's Bill something. I know his name, and it's just like escaping me. I'm a cheat. I'm gonna look at Google Plus. Because he when he comes to my channel on a regular basis too, and I'm trying to think of his name. Look, Bill, I'm sorry. I know your name. I'm just like, I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble. I know Bill, and then I keep like missing the rest of it. So I'm going to use Google Plus to cheat. Bill Brown, that's who it is. I knew it was B and B, and I was thinking Browning, or I wanted to make sure I was right though. Browning would have been wrong, but oh, I played the Tekken card game too. I mean, I don't play as much as I used to, but I do play it, and I actually did a video on it. Like back when I was talking about the Wii U, I did a video on how that would fit on the Wii U. Hell, they could put it on the Switch, and it could still be cross-platform. Like a lot of, and the bad thing is, a lot of mobile games are cross-platform because there are multiple mobile platforms where people act like they're not, or then there are mobile games that are cross-platform with PC. Like I don't know, but it's the idea to me is if you play games and you play them and enjoy them and you like indulge in a hobby, then you're a gamer. Like it doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend money on it, but you just involve yourself in a hobby. You're in the know about different games. I mean, depending on what you want to play. So for me, that's what makes sense. Like I like mobile games. There are some I love because they're very high quality mobile games. Like take Mad Fingers Games, like they're a mobile game developer. Like, and I like their games. Their games are good. Like their Shadow Gun series is awesome. It's a cover shooter, and yeah, it can be a little touchy on the touchscreen, but it's still a fun and cool game to get into. And then they have a bunch of different. I mean, they have a lot of different zombie games, but they're all like good quality games. So I enjoy playing them. Like even though, yeah, you can't do everything that you want to do right off the bat, but the games themselves are still good. The gameplay still feels refreshing. It's still fun to play, at least for me. So like, and I don't necessarily mind what platform a game is on. I just mind that the game is good and that it works well, and that's all I care about. So if we ever get to a point where that's because Capcom just that's because Capcom sucks at mobile games. They have a mobile team and they don't have that. They're not utilizing their mobile team the right way. And that game is like, and I've seen you talking about the classic Mega Man games on mobile Sidekick. Yeah, they are. Oh gosh, those games are horrible. Those games are horrible, and all they are is the original games. You think something that was so good before, there's no way in the world they could screw it up that bad, but they did. You'd be better off getting like an NES emulator and putting the games on and getting the the ROM files and putting them on the emulator than to download their actual mobile version because it sucks. It is horrible. And I remember it too. It's just, oh gosh, that's horrible. I've seen it in action. I will never play those mobile Mega Man games. I'm not touching them. Now, if they were smart and they decided, hey, we're going to put the Battle Network games on mobile, which would have made sense. Put the Battle Network and Star Force games on mobile, because those would work well on mobile. But nope, Capcom got to go do stupid. So I can't play Animal Crossing Pocket. I have yet to try that out because my phone's screen is so busted up. I can't actually see anything on it. I can still take calls and stuff, but I can't like see anything on my screen. So I'm like not even messing with that. There's so many things on, like there's so many games that I played on mobile routinely that I have not played in like 2 to 3 months, and I'm like, gosh, it sucks because I want to play these games because again, they were good games. And I'm not like all these superficial gamers that think, oh, but like, it's a mobile game, I can't play it. Mobile games suck. Like, yeah, that's because you're just in it for popularity. I don't have Cuphead. I've seen plenty of gameplay for it, and I want to play it because it looks awesome. Because it looks like a cross between like a Contra and Mega Man, and it's got like the old school Disney and old time cartoon look, and they do stuff in it that cartoons used to do, like cartoon characters smoking and shit, and I want to play it. Like, I literally watched a freaking Mickey Mouse Christmas special not that long ago, and Pete was smoking a goddamn cigar. I'm like, Disney cut off. You don't catch this stuff anymore in Disney. But I don't know. Like that was stuff that they used to do, and they used to actually teach some good life lessons. And Cuphead kind of reminds me of that. So I wanna get it and play it and do a full playthrough for my channel. But that's what happens when you're broke and you have kids. You don't get to like spend money on a bunch of stuff that you want. So I just gotta be patient because I have plans for a lot of stuff, and there are things I'm working on right now that'll hopefully get me some money that I can go ahead and start spending more into my hobby again. I've kind of just like taken a back seat for most of this year for a lot of stuff. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but it'll happen. I definitely want to get a Switch though, because I've been like itching for the damn thing forever, and I have none to show off. But it'll happen. Oh yeah, people are complaining about that 30-second clip thing. What did they think Nintendo was going to do? Give you full live streaming access right away? Like they take time doing stuff because they want to work on it and perfect it. Like that's how Nintendo has always been. And then everybody always comes out with a complaint in the beginning, and then it turns out what they were doing was something good, and they get mad. Oh, I can only do a 30-second clip, man. Screw Nintendo. I just go play on my PS4. Well, guess what? You can do the exact same things on a PC, and you don't have to pay extra money to be able to play games online on PC. So what does it matter? Like if you're going to complain about something on one platform, pay attention to everything about that one platform. Like Nintendo's giving you a way to quickly throw some stuff together. Like hell, if you want to string together a full video, like the people have capture cards. And a lot of the people that are complaining about this are the same people who have like an Elgato sitting right next to them. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them, Sidekick. I haven't seen all of them because I haven't really been on Twitter a whole lot. So I'm kind of just like back and forth between a lot of different things. And like I'll hop to Twitter. I've been on Facebook more lately, communicating with family members and older friends that I haven't talked to in a long time. But yeah, I'm trying to get myself back into the swing of things with my channel. So you'll probably see me more on Twitter than just hearing, oh, such and such liked the video, or such and such uploaded this video. I haven't really been doing much on Twitter, and I've got to get back to doing what I used to do. Facebook scares you. No, Facebook's layout bores me, but it doesn't really scare me. That's why I don't really like it, but most of the people I know are sitting there. So A lot of people were hyped for Nintendo's new platform. A lot of people didn't know, and a lot of people were just making assumptions about it, about what it was going to be. But there are several channels, not channels, several videos on my channel, and you can go back. One was January last year. There was one January this year. Go back and I'll like bet you find those videos, and you'll see I predicted a bunch of stuff that was going to happen with the Switch, and it's still happening right now. I bet you that you will find a bunch of stuff I said, hey, I would like to see this, and it's happening. And that was without an inside source or somebody in the media who claimed to know a bunch of stuff to tell me that. Like, and I'm sitting here like, if I can think this stuff up, how the hell are you game journalists screwing all this up? How do you guys do so horribly in comparison to me? Don't. You know what, Liger? Hey, look, I'm gonna put them on blast if I have to. It's not my fault that I'm better at predicting what Nintendo does than they do. Like, it's nowhere near my fault. Like, hey, if you have somebody who's an individual person going ahead and saying, hey, I see this, I see the potential for this, and this is what I think they're going to do, and they do it, hey, it's not my fault. No, I'm not. I'm not tired of being right, man. That's a huge ego boost when I can be right and I can see that all the games journalists are wrong on something and I'm right about it. Oh, that's a huge ego boost. That's a huge, huge ego boost. And look, the more I can do that, and I could build up a catalog of that, and I'd be like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at that date and time, look at when I said this, look at this, and I have a feeling there's going to come a day. There's going to come a day where I'm going to have an argument with a games journalist, and I'm like, hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at what I said and what happened. Look at what you said and what happened. Like, so who should be trusted more here? Like, you might have millions of people listening to you, but guess what? Who was right? Like, hey, like, just so many people ran off, split them out. Oh, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that, it's gonna have all these nice little features, and I just said simple stuff that made sense. And everything that I said by bullet point is happening. That's probably why the Switch is taking off so well, because they're not trying to rush things. They're not trying to throw out the biggest and baddest of everything they can all at once. They're taking their time putting everything out in pieces. And I don't get why people get upset about it. Like you guys have seen Nintendo for so long that you can't recognize what they're doing. Like, people saying, "Oh, well, Nintendo decided to talk to third party because we got mad about it," but like they've been talking to third party developers since the Wii. Since the Wii, they've been talking with them. Things broke down through around the Wii U, but they've been talking to them since the Wii, like really talking to them, trying to get them to make games for them. They've been trying to work on those partnerships. Iwata started that actually back during the GameCube days, and it's like people for some reason forget this. Like, how the hell do you think? How the hell do y'all think that all those games that popped up in the latter half of the GameCube's life were there? It's because of Iwata. Because he went to different companies. What do you need from us to get this here? What do we need to do to get you to get this here? And they're not worried about spending money out. They're working on trying to build relationships. Here's the one thing that Sony and Microsoft fail at. If you're not building a better working relationship with these companies, it doesn't matter how much money you throw at them, they will abandon you eventually. Guess what happened with with Platinum and Microsoft? Like that was like, it was easy to see that coming from a mile away. But hey, don't blame the dude that just catches the patterns and sees what's going on. Blame the people that are doing the shit. But that's why a lot of them looking at the Switch now, they like, oh man, how third party companies are like, how did we miss this opportunity? Like, guess what you did? You put Nintendo on the back burner and gave them the shaft, and they made something that you basically need to keep your business going in order for you to make money. And guess what? EA closed another studio. That's 12 studios in 11 years. They've been closing down at least one studio a year for 11 years. Like, how do you do that? And people still want to go to EA and be like, "Hey, EA, we want your games." I'm sorry, I don't want to give EA any money. To be honest, I really don't. Oh yeah, I caught wind of that not that long ago that Microsoft is probably going to be making and releasing their first party games on other systems. And guess what? The first one they likely to go to is 13. Oh gosh, man, it's worse than I thought. 13 and 14. Damn, like her. Hmm. Yes, Grunt, I agree with you there. Microsoft has Halo. They have Gears of War. Recore, I think, is theirs. They do also have Scalebound. They have the rights to that. If they could ever get a team as good as Platinum to work on that, they'd have something there. They have a few other ones, and they have all the Rareware stuff. So if they could get teams together that actually care about all those IPs, like Jet Force Gemini, and put that out, they've got a ton of stuff. They just don't use it. Hey, what's up, Shadow Fox? Hey man, everybody's showing. I guess I was talking long enough for everybody to be popping up on me. Um, Microsoft has IPs. I mean, they got Killer Instinct. Put Killer Instinct on the Switch and see how many people buy it up. I mean, I know Shadow Fox will. Shadow Fox will be like, "Hey, hold up, I can take this to work with me. Oh yeah, like practicing his combos and stuff at work on his breaks, and then get home and start squashing people online. And then since Microsoft is doing cross-platform and they're doing cross-platform play with Nintendo, putting Killer Instinct on there is a good idea. Oh, that's you, Killer? Okay, cool. What's up, man? um, and Sony is the one losing out on denying the cross-platform. I mean, I know they extended the olive branch back during the PS3 days, but now that they've decided, oh no, we're not going to do that. Mm-mm. Man, the landslide, especially if it's Smash, give Smash a run. I don't know if Killer Instinct is ever going to be like a rival to Smash because of how popular Smash is, but it could definitely, definitely be it could definitely be a top tier game for the Switch if it were put over there. Got three one. See what conclusion of piece again. No, I did not see the conclusion of that. I actually don't even care. Like, I don't care. Like, it's still an Xbox One. All it's going to do is make the games look better. Like, if it's playing the same games as the standard version Xbox One, I really don't care. I'm not even interested, honestly. The only reason I would get an Xbox One X is if I traded in my current Xbox One and got a huge discount on it. That'd be the only thing that would make me do it. And that's literally it. I would not even spend my time on it. I do not want to see Killer Instinct cross Smash Brothers. I'm sorry, Shadow. I don't want to see that combo. Now, if it's Killer Instinct cross Mortal Kombat, we talking. We got some business there. But Smash and no, I don't want to see Jago or Mario fight each other. That's just a fight I don't want to see. That's some Musion stuff. I don't want to see that fight happen. A port of break. Oh, you mean breakdown Namco's breakdown that's on the original Xbox? Yes, I would love to see Namco bring that back. I would love to see Namco bring breakdown back, remake the game, revamp it. Can't I? What do you mean, Ulu? If I talk about it, it's gonna come back? I don't know about that. I mean, I've talked about a bunch of games that ended up popping up again. I guess I could do it, put it out there, and maybe it'll happen. I'm an arrogant. I'm an arrogant somebody, but like all y'all have watched my channel for so long, and so many of the things that I have said have just happened. They're like just gone ahead and kept happening. Like I think I have a right to feel a little bit arrogant. No need to see it. No, you need to see it's fun. I did a video for it. It became a. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I'll look it up. I'll go ahead and look it up and see what is like. I mean, shoot. Man. And look, you even got Sony deciding they're gonna make a third party studio so they can put games on the Switch. I'm like, come on, Sony, y'all ain't sneaky. Like you like we know I know what's going on with y'all. Like and so many people complain, oh, it's not gonna be 4K ready. Like, do you really need a 4K tablet? Do you need a tablet to run 4K? And is how hot that damn thing would be? Like you already have television sets that automatically upscale 1080p images to 4K anyway, so you're not really going to be able to tell the difference too much. Oh, what's up, Mr. Red Fox? Nice to see you in here. Like, look, I didn't finally just gone on off on a tangent, I guess, and everybody's showing up during my tangent. Nah, I look. I still give it to Red. Red is far more accurate than I am. Red Knight has been like so super accurate in Nintendo stuff. My hat's off to him. I am not going to say I'm as accurate as him. I'll say I'm probably, if I would have ranked myself as far as people being able to predict Nintendo, I'd probably put myself in third place. I know there's got to be somebody that fits between me and Red. I don't know who it is. There's got to be somebody there, but I think Red still sits at the top there. More fighters, No Man's Metroid Prime. I gotta look that up. Hold on a second. I got a message I gotta really quickly look at. My wife sent me a message. So I can't ignore this. I gotta kind of see what she's asking me. All right, so I gotta wait for her to respond. uh, Side school. I don't know. Maybe you are that second place in duo. I mean, like maybe you are that second place person I was thinking about. Because I mean, yeah, actually, it would make sense for you to be the. It would be you, be Red than you than me. Because I know I'm better than a lot of other people. Because I don't get my hopes up. I just think about what would work. Are you talking about Review Tech USA? Mr. Nintendo needs to get on their hands and knees and suck everybody off in order to get some games on their platform? Nah, I don't listen to Rich. Mm. Yes, Sidekick, I think I'm better than you at predicting what's going to come out on the Nintendo platform. Nah, Red Fox, Rich ain't even Captain Obvious because Captain Obvious gets stuff right. Rich is routinely wrong and then claims he's right. That's why I stopped listening to him. Like, when you notice a pattern with this dude, when he'll say something and it turns out the opposite happens, and he'll say, "Oh, I said that," and I'm like, "But that's not what you said. I'm looking at your channel. That's not what you said. Like, I've been watching you." No, and that's why I stopped paying attention to him. Like, nah, I'm sorry, I don't like that. Mm-mm. So I'm talking to y'all and messaging my wife at the same time off my computer. Um, like, look, anybody could predicted the iPhone X was going to happen. I mean, it was looking at their numbering system. Like, you might be wrong on when it happened, but it's kind of obvious it was going to happen. So I have heard that Super Mario Odyssey has surprised a few people, even people that actually hate Mario. I've heard that it surprised a few, and that's why I'm like not looking at anything about Super Mario Odyssey at all. Like, because I want to get it and be completely fresh to the experience. So no one dare spoil this shit for me. Okay, like you can tell me general stuff about the game, but do not spoil the intricate stuff because I will kill you. Not literally, but I'll come after y'all. uh, no, I have not played Alien Isolation on PC. I've played Alien Isolation before because if you're talking about what I'm thinking about is the top-down shooter, oh, that might be a different game. Never mind. I'm thinking of something completely different. Your son stole Odyssey from you, bro. I feel for you. um, like all y'all getting to play Odyssey, I'm kind of jealous. I mean, I feel for Shadow Fox. He got the game and can't play it, and Shadow Fox got the game and can't play it, and I want the game and just can't have it right now. So that's just life circumstance. It'll eventually be in my collection like all my other stuff. Um, there's just a ton of stuff I want to play and I can't at the moment. But I still have my PC and there's still plenty of stuff I can work on my PC and play on my PC. So I'm good at least to have something to take my mind off of it. But that's why when I just got on here and just started talking about the Switch and talking about seeing how well it was taking off and people, and I'm still looking at all of these companies that will not put their good games on the Switch. I'm like, y'all stupid. To be honest, you are so stupid. Uh, Sony's gonna take the EA. Yeah, they're gonna be closing down more stuff then. If they're gonna take the EA route with microtransactions, they're gonna be closing down a lot more stuff. They're gonna be closing down so much more stuff. Yeah, man, that would be wrong. It's just like make something up and ground your child so you can play your video game. Man. But well, while I'm on here, and I got at least a decent audience, um, I was thinking about doing a gamer idea foundry where we will build a game idea from scratch. And I already have like my write out for it. I mean, there's a couple things I have to tweak, but I'm going to actually do one, and whoever's interested, you can be in for the ride because y'all know when I'm throwing down a game idea, it gets extensive. So, like when we do game idea foundry, I do that. It gets extensive and it can go on for a while. And I know there's some people here who like love to gab on about little intricacies about things. And I know y'all be interested somewhat. So I mean, if anybody's interested, I don't know the exact day I'm going to do it, but it's probably going to be sometime next week. It's going to be in the evening. So like that's up to y'all. Like once this goes up as a normal video, like anybody can comment if they're interested. Let me know because I do plan on getting that back underway because I have several I want to do. But it's just like I haven't had the time to do it. So we'll see. All your game ideas end up becoming real games. Yeah, isn't that funny how that happens? Like I'll say something and you'll likely see it happen in a game that nobody knew was coming out. And it's not because I'm some special person when it comes down to game ideas, but this is just stuff that anybody who thinks about this and thinks about making video games, they'll come up with it. Especially if you follow the indie crowd. uh, I can't file a lawsuit. Now, if somebody took an idea I came up with directly from my channel in name and idea and scope and all, yeah, I could, because at that point it is actually my intellectual property. But if there's something that somebody did that's just similar, nah, I can't do that. Not well, Gilligan. I don't have it because I don't have a Switch yet. Once I get my Switch, I plan on getting it. But I have family matters that have to be attended to, and that stuff's more important. So as much as I love gaming, the hobby just has to take a back burner. Like I can't do it. I mean, look, if you put it out and I catch it and I catch the post on Google, uh, I'll jump in. I don't have a problem jumping in. Um, because I like I do feel like what you said before, like where like my randomness kind of brings balance to everybody else's randomness. That would be funny. Gilligan Shadow can't play his game because his son his son took it over. Like, that look that was my older brother when I was younger. He would get a game and play it, and then I would take the game over and play it and beat it. Steam World Dig too. Shadow, I think you might just have to go get another Switch. You might just have to go get another one. Like you might need like a 3 or 4 for your family. I know eventually, I know when I get one, I'm probably going to be looking to getting a second one anyway for either my wife or my kids, because I know once I start playing games, when everybody's going to be over my shoulder watching me. If I have it in tablet mode, everybody's gonna be watching me, and if I put it on the daggone TV, everybody's gonna want to play. So I might have to get a second one anyhow. But that can all. Okay, can you guys hear me? All right, it looks like it's showing my voice again. God dang it, Mike decided to go out on me. Ugh. And here I am talking, and I just noticed that there was silence on my end, and I'm looking at him like, you mother. Technology deciding to work against me, or Google found a way to hack my stuff. One of the two. That's probably what it is. Louise is gonna blame Google. Google decided to hack my stuff, and they didn't want me talking no more because I'm making them look bad. Actually, yeah, a 3D Mega Man in the style of Jet Force Gemini would not be a bad idea. Um, Hell, I could actually do a full video on something like that. Like just talking about how it would work and the different characters that they could use. I could actually sit down and probably talk for that for like 2 to 3 hours. I mean, but hey, that's how we gonna roll with that. I ain't stealing it from you, sidekick. It's your idea, and if I did a video on it, I would mention you in it. Like I don't have a problem doing that. Like but still, I could actually see that working though. I could see that working really well. I would like shit. Combining two things I love, I would love to see that happen. I would love to see a Jet Force Gemini styled Mega Man game with all the 3D platforming and all. Man, you speaking my language when you throw those two together. Oh shoot. Oh man, people already look. This is why I don't even care about the Xbox One X. I'm already seeing people complaining about it and it not being 4K on every game. I'm like, I don't care. That's why I don't give it. That's why I don't give a crap. Like that's why I stopped paying attention to that. Like it's just another Xbox One. If I'm going to get the same games on it, fine. Now, if it comes to a point where there are games that are going to come to the Xbox One X that will not be on the other platforms, then that gives me incentive to actually want it. But outside of that, fuck it. I don't care. Like I really, it's a waste of time for me to worry about it. Like people are too focused on the games being prettier and not being better, so I don't care. Like that's the difference for me and why I like Nintendo more because they work on making their games better than just worrying about looking prettier. Like it's inevitable, but this stuff is going to be prettier, man. You shut up, Doctor Feelgood. Like you go somewhere with that shit. Let me smack you. What's up, Ken? Like I look, man. I've been living life. Things have happened that kind of made me have to step away from YouTube for a little bit. But I'm living. I'm back. I'm not dead. I'm still here. I'm still the same person with the same crazy ideas that everybody likes to listen to. I still talk common sense. I'm sorry, man. I've been busy. If I had the chance, I would have jumped in on all your podcasts. I'm sorry, I have missed a bunch of them. Okay, but I'll be back. What's up, Triple M? Like you giving me shit for life, treating me a certain way, and I have to deal with it. That's not fun. That's not fair, man. Oh man, but nah. Actually, yeah, I just been busy. I've been busy taking care of some stuff with my family and dealing with like issues with friends and shit. So I've been trying to rectify some things in my life that had to be taken care of, and they kind of just pulled me away from everything. VidMe, yeah, I use VidMe too, but all my stuff pops up in the same place. Like if I put something on YouTube outside of like live streaming like this, it ends up on VidMe. With the exception of a couple things, but yeah. But look, I started off talking to myself, and then everybody just slowly trickled in. Like I kind of feel a little proud of that. Like I look at video games how you would look at. Um, nah, that's probably not a good analogy. I mean, I guess you could say it would be a good analogy, where you could look at video games like you would look at spending time with a woman. When you want a video game, you want something that's going to captivate your mind and your attention. You want something that's going to draw you in. Pretty looking graphics only get you so far. And the same thing with a woman. Like if you're with a woman, you want somebody who's intelligent, somebody who challenges your mind, somebody who can make you think, and they'll draw more things out of you. You don't want just somebody who's going to look pretty because that's all you're going to get at the end of the day. And it's going to be shallow. It's going to be empty. It's not going to feel good to you. Not trying to talk about you, Dr. Feel Good. It's just the way that sentence rolled out. But that's kind of how I think of video games. If I think of a video game, I'm thinking of it as me spending time with a woman. Like, and y'all can essentially say I'm probably wrong about that, but that's my analogy. If you spending time with a woman, you want to be enamored. You want to feel like you want to know more about that person. You want to be drawn into them. You like you don't want to be stuck. Hey, she looks good. That's about all there is to it. If that's all there is to it, you don't want that person. Like you're not gonna want to spend that time with that woman because she's gonna bore the shit out of you. Sidekick, really? dude, dude, that question popped up right as I said, right as I ended that statement, it popped up on the screen. And I know for y'all, like y'all a few seconds behind me, but that just man. Like basically, when I look at a video game, I want the complete package. I don't want it halfway there. Just like with a woman, I don't want a half-ass deal. I want the whole package. I want everything. It might sound greedy, but yeah, I want everything, and I want to enjoy everything. So that's how I am with my video games. So that's how y'all know I know how to pick good video games, because I know how to pick a good woman. Was I like that when I was younger with women? I'm sorry, Triple M. That would be for another podcast. So right now, this is not the place, the time and place for talking about my teens, because that can go somewhere I'm not really willing to go with on this particularly. But if you want to know, yes, I was selective about the women I talked to. Kid, really, really, dude. Wow. Man, y'all some characters. Y'all some characters. Man. Oh fuck. Man. Wow, that's actually a pretty good analogy. I think that works. I want Ramcharan. Damn, I'm trying to say it right. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm supposed to say it. But yeah, that's actually a good analogy. A woman with makeup is like GTA 5 on Xbox One. A woman without makeup is like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Like, and like, and I get what you're saying. Like, and I'm going to put it into plainer terms for somebody who might just come across this and think something ill of that. But the GTA 5 woman would be pretty on the outside, lacking on the inside. And the woman that's like Breath of the Wild, she's beautiful both inside and outside, and there's a balance to those things. Oh, okay. I'll check that out in a little bit. Y'all mean as hell. Y'all so mean. I'm not even repeating that one. I'm not repeating that one at all. I'm gonna just let that one slide. I ain't gonna be talking about nobody. Uh, like so goddamn mean. Oh man. Now, we didn't got away from the subject of the video, which is basically the Switch taking off and companies dodging it. But like I dodged Triple M's question earlier. Oh man. I miss doing this, so I gotta do these more often. Oh man, because this is hilarious with y'all in the chat. And I don't know, already been going on for like an hour now, or close to it. It might not be a full hour yet, but it's pretty damn close. I know that much. Um, I should probably close this off before y'all get way too. Yeah, sidekick. That's what I was talking about. The gaming topic kind of just like fell off because everybody got in the chat, and I've been talking back and forth with y'all. So, yeah, but oh, you know what? Hold on. Before I go, I'll do that. I'll cover that one. How people have The gaming community use Sonic Mania as a crutch and only argument against Nintendo's copyright policies. Okay. Here's the thing. Nintendo still makes their games and they still make good quality games. Unfortunately, Sega does not always make all of their best games. They have had a lot of stinkers as of late. So yeah, it'll be easier for somebody to go ahead and say, "Hey, I can make this Sonic game, or I can make a Sonic fan game or a Sonic mod," and then Sega might notice it and pick me up because Sega needs those people, whereas Nintendo kind of doesn't. They don't. But see, people who are smart, people who are thinking, kind of like the guy who did Metroid AM2R, the guy that did that, he ended up getting picked up by a team. And he's not mad at Nintendo for saying, "Hey, you can't have this out there." It's not, and Nintendo waited for him to put it out before they said anything. I'm pretty sure they knew about that project well beforehand. And they waited and said, "Okay, it's out. We just have to say something now so it looks like, hey, we're not allowing it." Like, you gotta think about it. If Nintendo really wanted to shut down a lot of stuff, they'd shut it down before it released. They'd shut it down before it released, like Square Enix did with that daggone Chrono Trigger Rebirth thing, or was it Rebirth or Restoration or something like that, where they were doing the 3D Chrono Trigger. They shut it down before it released. They shut it down after like the first 1 or 2 videos showed up. Nintendo waits for these people to put the shit out and then says, "Hey, you gotta take it down." Knowing already it's on the internet and there's gonna be tons of people resharing it everywhere. There's no way to kill it. See the difference there? Think about that. Like, so if you really mad about Nintendo saying, "Okay, you can't have this out because we're already working on something like this," when they let you already release it, they let you already release it anyway. Like, yeah, he probably peeped that already. He was like, "Yeah, I know they're gonna take it down, but they're gonna do it after I release it." He was probably already prepared for that idea. And yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Shadow. That they were already working on their remake of Metroid 2. And for some dumb reason, people think that Samus Returns is a response to AM2R. Samus Returns was in development before AM2R got released. They had to have been working on that game at least 3 years. At least 3 before they put it out. And I'm like, do y'all think about the things that you say before you, like, do you not realize how long it takes to develop a game? Especially when you have to make all of the assets from scratch. It's not like what they did with Wind Waker, where they had all the assets and they just made them look better. They had to rebuild Metroid 2 from scratch. Like, yeah, it's going to be shorter for them. It's going to be a lot shorter for them because they're a team and that was just one person. So, yeah, when you divide up the time and all the work that goes into it, if you were to take the individual people's time that were developing Samus Returns and put it against the developer of AM2R, it's probably about the same amount of collective time. It probably is. It might actually be a little bit longer because they had to do everything in 3D, and then they also had to add in a lot more animations and things that weren't there before. Sidekick, why you gotta be dirty? But I think with that, I'm going to end it. So thank you guys all for joining me and sharing some laughs and listening in. It was fun. Like I said, I am going to be doing a Gamer Idea Foundry podcast probably next week, and it's going to be building a game from scratch. So whoever's on the panel there, you guys are all going to be working with me to come up with a game idea from scratch for that one. And it's not going to be something that we do all the time, but it's going to be something like with Game Idea Foundry. When it's done, I'm going to list them. Like, they're going to have a specific name and they're going to be numbered in order for those particular ones that I'm going to do that with. So if anybody's interested, like I said, let me know. Just let me know and we're going to go. I'll do it. Like, Y'all know me. Like if I start running off on a game idea, you, like y'all. Look, the bad thing is most of mine make sense. Even my wild game ideas, they make sense. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games and peace out. And all y'all in the chat, stop being dirty people.